So I'd like to talk about Buddhist discussion meetings. They've had quite a big impact on my life. When I first started to practice Buddhism, I was living in Hull. So discussion meetings happen all over the UK, well in fact they happen all over the world. And when I attended my first discussion meetings, I remember being very shy. And a discussion meeting is a place where anyone is free to speak or listen. Any point of view is valid. But I remember we would sit in somebody's living room and probably in a circle, and there would always be an opportunity to speak, and there'd be a moment to introduce myself. But I was so shy that I would blush, even at the idea of having to introduce myself and worrying about what to say. So the local members really looked after me in my early discussion meetings and didn't force me to speak. They let me be myself, and gradually over time they would maybe give me something like an inspiring quote to read. We studied Buddhist principles in discussion meetings, so they'd give me maybe something I could read, so it wasn't too exposing in terms of sharing my life. And gradually, by attending discussion meetings every month, my confidence really changed, and I was able to learn how to put Buddhist principles into my daily life. Every discussion meeting will begin with our daily practice, which is chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo and reciting Gongyo, which is the reciting of 2 key chapters of the Lotus Sutra. And these chapters really express the heart of the dignity of life and the possibility of all life to be able to reveal its highest potential. So in a sense, our practice is to start the meeting by reciting that principle with our lives, and then the meeting, maybe lasts around an hour after that process. Meetings are normally held in members' homes because Buddhism is something that people practice as part of their daily life. And also because dialogue is such an important aspect of the discussion meeting, it's really difficult to have dialogue, really meaningful dialogue with more than 10, 15 people. It becomes much more of a one-way meeting if you start to have too big a space and too many people in one room. So actually a living room as an informal, quite intimate setting creates the right environment for people to speak freely. There's a quote by a German writer called Jean-Paul, which I really love, which for me describes really the function of Buddhist discussion meetings, and that is life can only be kindled by life. And so in discussion meetings we, I suppose, practice kindling, igniting a spark of hope in people's hearts. It's a place where anybody is welcome, and in a sense we get to practice an ideal way for society to interact with each other, where every life is embraced, where the dignity of each life is upheld and everyone's view is respected. There isn't a correct view in the sense of what you're supposed to say. We have dialogue around a theme with the goal of creating hope.